Hello again. We decided to do a second vlog for the Blockbuster Buster reboot. I decided I didn't want this to be one of those things where we only do one vlog and then never return. I thought we should do at least one more, and I'm glad we did, because you go first. What did you think of the Suicide Squad review?
Well, first of all, I just want to say this is that one would have been kind of incomplete because it's hard to get a good taste, particularly with the length of what he's doing now. Second of all, hearing his explanation of the shooting helped me understand what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. And overall, very excellent. I like what ERod is doing, and most enjoyable. Most enjoyable.
My simple thoughts, I love this review. This was really great, and I liked the first one, but I had a few issues with it. Here, I really don't have that many. I thought this was just a blast. The comedy was great, the quality was great, and he really nailed all the major problems with the Suicide Squad movie.
It was very good. I'd like to, I don't know, not so much get off your track, but I'd like to say I was impressed with the performances of the cast. They were exactly what he needed to do what he was doing. He had some major plot hole problems, and he was very specific. And particularly, I think the member that played Harley Quinn, she was great. Great facial expressions and all of that. Very good.
The actress's name was Taylor Haddon, and yeah, I think she did a very good job. She wasn't given a lot of dialogue until the specific moment where ERod criticized the character and her purpose in the film. But yeah, and he really tore her down. And the actress, she really looked and felt like Margot Robbie from Suicide Squad, I think.
Oh, clearly to me, she did a good job with character identification. The voice was close enough, but she brought her own personality to it. And another thing I like is that Eric Rodriguez is not a tall man, and he's the Blockbuster Buster in the middle of, in this particular one, a tall cast, and it just made him.
And he's able to take them down.
More of a bulldog and like that. That was good too. It worked out very well. Liked it a lot.
Especially like the moments where he, the best parts are when he's going after the Joker, I think.
Yes. Yes. The Joker is unnecessary. He also dumped a lot of that on Harley Quinn. But the Joker is unnecessary for this. I think he's right. The people who made the movie knew that fans would come and see the movie, if nothing else, to see what's going on with the Joker, the new look of the Joker, etc., etc. And I also think that if they're going to go further down the line with the line of movies in this franchise, which I think they are, it's also helps perpetuate the Joker's marketability.
Yeah, exactly, and I love the part where he's like, you could just cut him out completely and it wouldn't make a difference. Because that is exactly what I thought the first time I saw the movie. And the guy here, I think he did a very good job. Let's see, his name is Alex Zuko. Yeah, he was a fun parody version of the Joker, and the funniest moment that made you laugh was when he wrote on his forehead.
That was a great touch. And you know why? PG-13. It just...
Yeah.
Very good. No, and he was a good parody of the Joker in the movie.
The guy they got to play Deadshot, Will Smith's character, it says here Kenneth Rodriguez.
Huh?
I wonder if he's related to Eric.
I don't know.
I thought he did a good job. He kept the Deadshot costume on the whole time, and a good thing that I think Eric has done is he's gotten actors who have the bill to play these, even though they're parodies, they have the bill to play these versions of the superheroes and supervillains.
Yes, very good. And I'm understanding from his vlog more of what he wanted to do.
The commentary he did for the Batman versus Superman review.
Yes, exactly. And the last time I picked up, he wanted to do more action, more with the actors, and then on the vlog it became more apparent to me he wants to insert himself into the movie at different scenes and bust it up that way. And being a real bulldog, as I used the word just a minute ago, about the whole process seems to be working very well.
Yeah, and I love the premise of going into the movie. And like when I was very little, I tried writing a script about someone that goes into movies. But I was like 10 when I tried writing that, so it was pretty shitty. But I get what he's going for here, and this is a pretty interesting idea for a review show, to go into the movie and tear it up while you're inside it.
Yes, just excellent. And the effects they use for the entry and the exit, where he snaps his fingers and the lightning, he's gone.
It's a pretty good effect.
Yeah, good effect. It's fun to see, well used, and not overdone.
The one production quality that I see a little problem with was the early scenes with Deadshot and the Joker. Because the whole show, with the exception of a few key props, as we can see, is clearly green screen. And I noticed with the early scenes of Deadshot and the Joker, I could see through Deadshot and the Joker.
Again, the last time we reviewed his things, you picked up some of those, and they weren't apparent to me, at least on the first pass. And I gave it, and you gave it one look, and now we're talking because we wanted the fresh impressions.
Well, it's just something I noticed, and my eye's a bit more trained for that kind of thing. It wasn't a huge deal. I still thought it was a lot of fun, and it's not really a big deal. It's just the one production thing that I noticed that wasn't completely right.
One other thing that when Eric Rodriguez was doing the original Blockbuster Buster, he was on air by himself. Now he's working with actors, and if he would moderate his deliveries so that they are more in context with the interaction between the two of them, because he speaks in bursts, very clearly and all that sort of thing. But I think over time, if he modulates that just a little bit, it'll be more effective.
You mean like if he explained or talked a bit slower?
Slower wouldn't hurt. Slower with more emphasis in certain times and places, and there are places to speak in his normal, fast, rapid version of himself as well.
I hear you, and the only other cast member I think we should point out is Sarah, spelled S-E-R-A-H, Bennett, who played the Enchantress in this review.
Yes. They did a good job giving her the voice quality. That was a nice touch to that character as well.
And I really think they did a good job with the makeup work on making her look like the Enchantress from the movie, which was all half dirt, half bikini-ish, I think.
Enchantress, but yes, that was the name given. Yes.
And let's see. Looks like they got the same crew to work on this, and everybody I think did a pretty good job. And like I said, I really liked this episode a lot. It was a ton of fun, and really looking forward to future Blockbuster Buster episodes of the new format.
Yes, and he didn't do a lot of work on all the characters. He chose his spots.
Chose the ones that they had the most issue with.
Yes, I think so.
And the very last thing I will say before we give our brief thoughts on the actual movie is, I enjoyed this a lot, and he was able to talk more and give out more information about the movie than in the last review. And it's pretty clear this is the style and time length that he's going to try to go with for the rest of the season. And just want to say to Eric Rodriguez, if he ever sees it, I think you're doing a very good job, and I like the new format. And I still would be interested in longer reviews in the future. I know the rest of the season has already been filmed, but you said you were open to making longer reviews if people wanted it, and just saying that that's the one thing I would like to see, but for now I'm totally up for this new show.
Yes, I'm very positive about it. I think he does a good job in the writing of the script that they use. Very good. It hits hard where it should, and it makes fun where it should, and he has a lot of fun with the characters. And when he goes to make fun of them or to show their deficits as well. So good job on that as far as I'm concerned.
Now let's wrap this up by briefly giving our thoughts on the actual movie. What did you think of the Suicide Squad movie?
To begin with, I'm not a comic guy. I don't know anything about it. This whole thing was a brand new experience to me. I got a little explanation of some of the background. The movie itself, I couldn't understand as I went through it why the Joker was in it. So I agree with ERod on that part of his review. Also, Harley Quinn was like an extra, but they gave her a lot of lines. You got used to her, and by the end, I don't know if you just got used to her or it got better. The Croc guy, not spoken to here, was okay. A couple of the other characters were, but there's no two ways about it. In my mind, Will Smith carried the movie. Whether the character was all shot full of plot holes and all that kind of thing, is in the movie, Will Smith carried it, and everybody followed him, and that was the best part of the movie.
You also, I think, like the El Diablo character.
Yes, the fire guy. That was right. You could tell they were saving him because I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. Then he gets angry and he torches what he needs to and fulfills his need.
My thought on the movie, as a movie that's part of the superhero genre of a big superhero franchise, I think it's a bit of a mess. Like, it's a real mess. But as an action film, if you just go to it with the mindset of it being an action film, I think it's a really fun time. I just had a blast watching it.
It was not hard to watch, but if you wanted to have proper storyline, and good character development, then you would be disappointed. But the action of the movie was done well, moved fast, and you never got bored.
And the soundtrack.
And the soundtrack, yes.
Yeah, like, Geed usually doesn't pick up on songs and soundtracks, but you picked up on a few here.
Yeah, I can't recall what they were, but they were fun.
You spoke up when they started playing Spirit in the Sky.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I said, oh, nice touch. It was well placed in the movie. Well placed.
And Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones, and Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap by AC/DC.
Yeah.
And at the very end when they had Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. So yeah, great action, great soundtrack, and Will Smith was the best part. He's one of those actors that can really work through some bad material he's given, unless M. Night Shyamalan's involved. And we're not comic purists, so we didn't take it as hard as some. I know that ERod, he was so disappointed with Suicide Squad that he's not going to see any more sequels in that franchise. And he says that he feels better that way, so good luck with you, man, and support your decision. I respect it. I don't know if we'll check out any more of the DCEU movies, but well, you never know.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll look at any more of the movies, but we're certainly going to watch more of ERod. And we are not going to vlog every one of them. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, we're not going to do every single one right after they come out. I'm not saying we will do this. Like I said, I wasn't sure we were going to do a second vlog, but maybe after every single one of the new episodes are out, we can maybe do a brief video giving our thoughts on the whole season.
Maybe go.
Maybe.
Go for it, Eric.
Go for it, ERod. Well, if anyone watches this, hope you enjoyed what we had to say, and thank you to everyone who watched the first vlog, and see you next time, and watch the Blockbuster Buster.